Today we will be discussing the fundamentals of trigonometry. So trigonometry is actually a Greek word. Okay, it's actually a Greek word. So the meaning of trigonometry is actually measurements of a triangle. Where trigon actually, trigon is also a Greek word which means triangle. And metry, it is also a Greek word and it means measurement. Okay, so in total, in yeah, take a note. Also, I will send the video to you. Okay. So all your question, you just note down your questions and ping me in the chat. I'll address all your question after the discussion. Okay. Just keep a note of your questions. So we'll start again one more time. So basically, trigonometry or fundamentals of trigonometry is a Greek word. It comes from trigon, that means triangle, and metry, that means measurement. So basically, trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that actually concerned with the measurement of sides and angle of a plane triangle. Okay, I highlighted a word, emphasize a word that is plane triangle. It has some reasons because there are actually two types of trigonometry. Trigonometry are on two types. First one is a plane trigonometry. And second one is a spherical trigonometry. Okay, so what do you understand by plane trigonometry? Plane trigonometry is concerned with the angles and triangles and other figures which lies in a 2D plane. Okay, or in a or you can say in the floor. If this is your room, this is the floor, right? You can draw a triangle, picture of triangle in your floor. That triangle is drawn in a 2D world, basically. Why 2D? As a sum of the all three angles of a triangle, you guys know, is what? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180. Okay. So plane trigonometry deals with all those geometrical objects or geometrical feature that lies on a plane. Okay. Whereas spherical trigonometry deals with basically geometrical object which lies in a spherical space. I can draw one picture for that. How does a triangle in a spherical how does a triangle in a spherical system looks like? Okay, so it will be a sphere. Okay, one sphere. So if I draw the triangle, it will be like this. So you are saying that this is also a triangle. This one lies in a 2D plane, and this is also a triangle, lies in a spherical plane. Okay, but what is the difference between these two triangles? The main difference you can see over the eye is that the sides of a triangle line in 2D plane are straight line, whereas the sides of a triangle lies in a spherical plane is not a straight line, it is a arc basically. And for this type of scenario, the sum of the angle of a triangle which lies in a spherical plane not equal to 180 degree. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C not equals to 180 degree. Okay. So when I'm saying the terms angle, what do you mean by angle? What do you understand by angle? So basically you can say what is angle? What is angle? I'll give you one example. Consider a straight line OX. This is it. This is the initial position of the straight line OX. That is this. Now, just imagine this straight line is revolving in an anti-clockwise direction. There are two types of direction of rotation. It can be anti-clockwise direction means right to left, like this, and clockwise direction means left to right, like this, like this. So I am saying that this straight line is revolving, keeping the O as a center of rotation in an anti-clockwise direction, where OX is the initial position and OP is the terminal position. And with this with terminal, and what do you mean by terminal position? Terminal position means you can say the final position. Okay, it is revolving from this direction, from OX position to OP in this way. Okay, so an angle is what? An angle is defined as a union of two non-collinear rays which have common endpoints. This is a ray, OX is a ray, OP is a ray. Both the rays has a common endpoint, that is O. And then you will see the angle is what? This one. This one you will see the angle. I am denoting the angle as Greek word theta. Okay. So here you will see XOP, angle XOP, we will be writing that way. X, O and P. Why I am keeping O? I cannot write OXP. OXP will be wrong. OXP is wrong. We cannot write that. Which is the center of the angle? We'll keep it at the middle. That is XOP. Clear? Now, there's a two important point here. First one, the types of angle. Types of angle means it can be positive or it can be negative. And clearing up this one, so there are two types of angle. one positive angle and one negative angle. What do you understand by positive angle? So keeping OX as your initial position, if you rotate in anti-clockwise direction, I mean this way, then the signature or sign of the angle will be positive. That means if you measure the angle in an anti-clockwise direction, that will be positive angle. Whereas if you measure the angle in a clockwise direction, I mean rotating from what? Clockwise means how? Right to left? So it will be like this. In that case, that will be of negative sign, minus theta. Okay. Next, any question guys up to this? Okay. Any question, just ping me in the chat. I will address each and every one. In the next section, we will learn about the quadrants. Quadrants. Quadrans. So what is it is? So just imagine this is a straight line, okay, and expanded up to plus infinity to minus infinity. So and this is another straight line that is also expanded up to plus infinity to minus infinity. So basically it is a positive x-axis. This one is a horizontal one is the x-axis and vertical one is the y-axis. We will say the coordinate as O, that origin as O. This one is the positive x-axis OX, and I will denote this one as x prime. Excuse me. So anything in the negative portion will be denoting by the denotation prime. Like that, this is positive y-axis and this is negative y-axis by y prime. Okay. There, with this, from this picture, you can see there are 4 compartments are there. Compartment 1, this is compartment 1, compartment 2, compartment 3, and compartment 4. This compartment is known as first quadrant. What is that? First quadrant. This one is known as second quadrant. This one is third quadrant, and this one is the fourth quadrant. Okay. You can see that in the first quadrant, the angles varies from 0 degree to 90 degree. Okay. In the second quadrant, the angles varies from 90 degree to 180 degree. In the third quadrant, the angles varies from 180 degree to 270 degree. In the fourth quadrant, the angles varies from 270 degree to 360 degree. Okay. So in total 360 degree. Okay. So quadrant is important in trigonometry because you will see in the later section that in different quadrants the value of some ratios, which we will discuss later, actually varies in quadrant to quadrant. Okay. Now in lower classes you have heard about you can the term degree or radian. Okay. So measurements of angle can be done in two ways, one by degree, another by radian, and there is a relation between degree and radian. What is the relation? Okay, no need to send a screenshot, I will send you the video. Okay, so so degree and radian. Degree is denoted by this symbol, and radian we actually write by rad in the small. Everything will be in small. And the relation between degree and radian is 180 degree equals to pi radian. Okay, so 180 degree equals to pi radian. So I can say 1 radian equals to what? 1 radian equals to 180 degree by pi, and the value of pi we know in the rough estimation it is 3.1416. So if we do that, we will, if we divide 180 by 3.1416, we will have the value 57.3 degree. So 1 radian equals to 57.3 degree. There will be the questions in your exams that some degree, the 360 degree also how radian. The convert the radian from degree like that way. There is a conversion problem will be there. I'll discuss the problem in the next lecture. Okay. So up to this, any question, guys? Okay. So basically this trigonometry, you see it is in a class 10 syllabus, but in class 9 why I am teaching you this in this section in class 9, because this is the fundamentals with which it will be helpful for us to teach physics. There are actually basically mechanics and other portion, so it will be very easier to understand when I will discuss the later portion of the physics with the when we will be get accustomed to the this trigonometric concepts. So right now you have understood the concepts of radian, degree, and also the quadrant and the types of angle. Okay, in the later section we'll discuss some trigonometric functions and ratio. So I'm clearing up this board. So in the beginning what I said that trigonometry means what? measurements of triangle. Okay, so you see this is a right angle triangle. Okay, where this is angle A, sorry, this is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C. So you know that what are this called? This is base, this is height, that is a perpendicular. I'll denote it as small a. The base I'll denote as small b, and hypotenuse I'll denote as small h. Okay, this angle is 90 degree. Okay, and for example, say this is 90 degree. Okay, and the angle created with the base and between base and the hypotenuse is angle BCA, and the value of BCA is theta. Theta. What is that? Theta. The Greek word, Greek letter THETA. Theta. If you observe carefully, you'll see two things. Actually, there is a very relation between this angle and the sides of the triangle. If we increase the height of this triangle from this position to this position, then what will be the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse will be like this in that case. Keeping BC fixed, if I increase the height of the triangle, let's say it goes from A to A prime, A to A prime, then you can see that this angle got increased actually, right? And again, if you see, if you decrease this one, for example, say this is A double prime, this one. So if you draw that, you can see this angle decreases. Okay. So from this picture, you can actually you can see there definitely there is a relation between the angle and the sides of a triangle. In trigonometry, in trigonometry, we will describe this relation by some ratios. Okay. There come some ratios. First one is sine theta. Okay. What is sine theta? Sine theta means the ratio of perpendicular, in our case that is small a, with the hypotenuse, that is small h. That is, small a means what? AB by AC. This is called sine theta. Next, cos theta means what? Base by hypotenuse. That is What? Base means what? BC by AC. Then tan theta means perpendicular, that is A, by base, that is B. Perpendicular means AB by BC. Then cot theta, that is base by perpendicular. Base means B by A, that is BC by AB. Then sec theta, that is hypotenuse, that is H by perpendicular. I will write it this thing here. What I say? Sec theta was hypotenuse by perpendicular. Sec theta, hypotenuse, that is A by perpendicular, that is A. Then cosec theta, that is hypotenuse by what? I sorry, yeah. Sec theta notation. Let me draw the picture one more time here. I got confused this time. Sorry. I'm drawing that triangle one more time, and this is our angle A, B, C. This is our theta. It is small a, small b, small h. Okay. So sec theta, actually hypotenuse by base, hypotenuse by base, that is B. Then it comes, that is hypotenuse what? AC by BC. Next it comes cosec theta, that is what? Hypotenuse by perpendicular, that is AC upon AB. Now, from this relation, you can see that actually cosec theta, you can write, is a 1 upon sine theta, like, and sec theta you can write 1 upon cos theta, and cot theta we can write 1 upon tan theta, right? Because tan theta equals to what? AB by BC. So AB by BC. So BC by AC. In the same concept, both for sec theta and cosec theta. Okay. Any question? Okay. Next, We'll discuss the sign of trigonometric function. Sign of trigonometric function. We'll have two straight line. This one, this one. Okay. So this is x, O, x prime. This is y, O, y prime. This is first quadrant. This is second quadrant. This is third. This is fourth. So the thumb rule is all sine, tan, cos. What does it mean? It means all the ratios that we discuss in this section, that is sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, sec theta and cosec theta. All those ratios value will be positive if they lies between this first quadrant. That means, and first quadrant means what? 0 degree to 90 degree. Here all of the sine theta, cos theta and sec theta, sine cos, everything has positive value. Has positive value. In second quadrant, only sine and the cosec will be of positive value. Rest will be of negative value. Second quadrant means what? 90 degree to 180 degree. In third quadrant, tan and cot will have positive value. Rest will have negative value. In fourth quadrant, that is from 270 degree to 360 degree, cos and sec will have positive value. Every other ratios will have negative value in fourth quadrant. Means what? Sine 0 degree, sine 30 degree, sine 60 degree, all these values lies in this section here. So everything will have positive value. Okay. And there is a thumb rule with which we can remember this thing, that is ASTC. ASTC, all sine, tan, cos. Tan, cos. Okay. Any question? No question? Please write it down. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen? Okay. So I'm clearing this one. The next section we will find some values, okay, of this trigonometric function. We'll draw a chart. Zero, 30, 45, 60, and 90. Sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. Sine 0 has value. Okay, let me write in a different color. Sine 0, that is 0 degree basically. Each one has degree on it. Okay, 0 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. Sine 0 has value 0. Sine 30 has value half. Sine 45 has 1 by root 2. Sine 60 root 3 by 2. And sine 90, that is 1. Okay. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Cos 45 have also value 1 by root 2. Cos 60, that is half. And cos 90 as 0. Okay. Tan, what do you mean by tan? Tan theta means what? Tan theta means perpendicular. So if I draw this again and draw this, okay, A, B, and C. This is theta. Then tan theta equals what? AB by BC. If I divide AB by AC and BC by AC, will there be any problem? The end result will be AB by BC, right? So we are good. Now AB by AC what? AB by AC. We have heard that that is sine theta. And BC by AC, that is cos theta. So tan theta equal to sin theta by cos theta. The same section, same way, cot theta equal to will be what? 1 upon tan theta. That is cos theta by sin theta. So tan theta equal to what? Sin by cos. That is 0 by 1. 0 by 1. Right? Okay. So that is what? Let me write it down in a different color. 0. Tan 30, 1 by half by root 3 by 2. That is 1 by root 3. Tan 45 value 1. Tan 60 root 3. And tan 90 means what? 1 by 0. We will not write it down as infinity. Okay. Cot theta, that is cot 0 degree, means what? Again, cot theta means what? 1 upon tan, that is 1 by 0, that is 0. Again, cot 30 will be what? Root 3. Cot 45, 1. Cot 60, 1 upon root 3. And cot 90, what? 1 upon tan theta, that is 1 by infinity. If you divide by 1 by by the largest number if you can imagine, that is 1 by infinity, the result will be 0. So cot 90 has value 0. Sec theta, okay, sec theta is 1 by cos, that is what? Cos 0, that is 1. Again 2 by root 3, so it will be root 2. It will be 2 y0. Sec theta means what? 1 by cos, that is 1 upon 0, that is infinity. So it will be like, now it's come cosec theta, that is 1 upon sin theta, that is 1 by 0, that is infinity. Then 2, then root 2, then 2 by root 3, then what? 1 upon 1, that is 1. Okay, so okay, let so 30 degree equals to, I can write 30 degree equals to what? Wait me, it's very clumsy. 30 degree equals to, I can write, or pi by 6. How? Pi means what? 180 degree. So 180 by 6, that is 30. This is, in that scenario, this will be pi by 4. This is pi by 3. This is pi by 2. How? How? Pi means what? Pi radian equals to 180 degree, right? So it will be like 180 degree by 2, that is 90. Same way, 60 degree equal to pi by 3, pi by 4, and pi by 6. So why I am writing this? So actually, this chart actually will be, you guys have to remember this chart. So in a frequent scenarios later on, you will encounter with some problem where you have to remember all these values. How? So from this chart you can say sine 0 has value 0, like sine 45 has value 1 by root 2. So this chart is very important. Okay. Any question? Okay. There are some fundamental identities for this sin thetas and cos thetas. What does it say? It says for any real number theta, for any real number theta sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. This is rule number 1. Second rule, sec square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1. Rule number 3, cosec square theta minus cot square theta is also equals to 1. This is the homework for you guys to prove these formulas. Okay. So I will prove. I'll give you one example. Just draw a right angle triangle, then this is angle A, angle B, angle C, and this is theta. If this is theta, then this is perpendicular, and this is base, and this is hypotenuse. Now tell me one thing, guys. Trick question. This is A, this is B, this is also C. But I am denoting the angle theta here. Then what will be the perpendiculars? And what will be the base? What will be the hypotenuse? Tell me. What is perpendicular in this in this? If this is theta and this is 90 degree, then what is perpendicular of this right angle triangle? BC is the perpendicular. What is base? AB is the base. And what is hypotenuse? This is important. What will be your hypotenuse? What will be your perpendicular? What will be your base? Actually depends which angle you are taking or you are considering as theta. Okay, you are rotating from BC to AC. There BC will be your base. We are rotating, so from AB to AC in clockwise direction, sorry, anti-clockwise direction. This will be your base and this will be your hypotenuse. Okay, so use this triangle, and all the identities we have discussed and prove this equation. We will discuss all the proof in the next lecture. Any question? No question?